What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? We back. I guess this is the finale of American Horror Story Delicate season 9. Well, season 12, episode 9. Amateur. The auteur, I should say. Girl. Anyway, I was just thinking, how do I feel about this? First of all, the episode was only 31 minutes. Subtract 2, it was only like 29 minutes, okay, for the credits. And this is not going to be a long review. This season was so lackluster, and it had potential. And mind you, it started getting good probably like 2 episodes ago, right? Only for us to get to the climax and get to the conclusion this episode. And for me to be like, girl, what? I have come to the conclusion that this would have been so much better if they had somebody else that was not Kim Kardashian playing Siobhan. Okay? That's just all that it comes down to. Because even though the story was there, we understand that they had different writers and all this stuff because of the writers' strike. But to put Kim Kardashian, mind you, I did say for the most part she was doing a good job. Okay? For somebody that is an amateur actress. Honestly, I don't know if they just brought her in because they wanted people to, tune in. But I'm going to say this. I'm going to need these shows to stop bringing in, certain type of faces that you think is going to bring viewership. Excuse me. It's going to bring viewership. And just put in real, actual actress and actors, okay? Because the way that this episode fell flat for it to be the finale, and you can tell where things start going, like, look at the time difference of the episodes and how short it got. Like, this is a 30-minute finale that really could have just been 10 minutes if you ask me. Okay, and it just goes to show, like, either they ran out of material or they were just trying to hurry up and quickly wrap this up because they was just through with it. But we get into the episode. We already know that Anna has already gone into, she started having contractions on the stage. And when I told you that was the kiss of death or whatever, that Siobhan kissed her and she said, what would you give up, to get this moment, meaning the Oscar, right? And she said anything. She did not realize that meant giving up her child, because that's exactly what it meant. So the ambulance people come, or I should say the paramedics, they come. And we get Dex. Dexter is there. Why is he there? Because Siobhan called him there. And I'm just like, why are you calling this man here? She don't want him there. What are you doing? So, she was like, well, he is the father, so, he needs to be there. I said, okay, well, yeah, you're right about that. And, Anna said, you can ride into the ambulance, but you can't touch me, don't talk to me, whatever. Now, as soon as they get to the ambulance, here come Anna talking about, should it be somebody back here? I said, yes, it should be some other people with you. Where are the paramedics? And Dexter talking about if they needed some people to be here, they would have been here. It's okay. And that's what made me feel like he was in on this. Come to find out he wasn't. Okay. But then we realized that Ivy is the one driving the paramedic car, the ambulance. You got Kamal, the security guard, up there asking her, like, these questions, like, what hospital we going to and all this stuff. Baby, she wind up shooting him. And I said, oh, my goodness, that was unnecessary, but okay. And, of course, Dexter, he's just, like, confused. And he's just surprised and shocked and screaming, like, oh, my God, what the heck is going on? And so at this point, Anna was like, oh, my God, the baby is coming. And so he looks between her legs, and next thing you know, whatever that creature was between her legs and her womb wind up chopping his hand off. I said, what? And then, they wind up going to the this underground. It looked like a garage, right? Kind of find out it was a little pentagram that she was giving birth on. I said, girl, this is a little bit much. This is a little bit much. Baby, Dexter is so confused about everything that's going on. Dexter is also in pain. Ivy come back there and take his hand and stuff it down his throat until he chokes on it and dies. I said, what? So you mean tell me he really wasn't in on this? Okay. And so, this is where you see all of the people come together. You finally see Talia, you see Nicolay, you see Sonya, you see Ivy. They make the girl give birth and all that. So she gives birth, and Ivy is like, you can't see the baby because you got what you wanted. You wanted your Oscar, right? And so therefore you got it. And in order to get that Oscar, you had to give us the baby. Mind you, she was holding on to that Oscar the whole time. Okay, I said, damn, she had a tight grip in the ambulance and everything, right? I said, see, you got to be careful what you wish for, and if you don't get all the particulars, you need to stop it, okay? And this is what people be talking about, selling your soul. Y'all know I got an invitation to the Illuminati. I'm dead serious. In my Instagram, I'm pretty sure some of y'all got the same thing. I said, wait a minute, I made it. I haven't seen one of them in a minute. I said, what? Okay, no, let me block and delete because I don't play those games, okay? But anyway, we get into the backstory. Next thing you know, you see Siobhan. She show up, and once she realized what was going on, girl, they had paralyzed her because Anna was trying to get the baby. And according to Siobhan, she said, baby, we paralyzed your ass because you tried to renege on your contract. Your contract was to give us the baby for you to have all of the riches and stuff that you want. And so since you tried to take the baby, we had to paralyze your ass. And it was like basically using her as a vessel. Girl, let me just fast forward to this because I really did not like the ending of this. It was just too simple. I don't know. It was rushed. That's what it felt like. It felt like it was a little bit more development that needed to happen, and they just said, freak that, let me just go ahead and end it right here. Let me put it all together. What it came down to is basically they want to use Anna's body to be the vessel to create, or as they say, save humanity. And to create these creatures, to give them power, to give them, different type of evil powers and stuff like that, right? And they preyed on Anna because she was the perfect person. They already go after women who are looking to have it all, career, motherhood, all of that stuff, right? And so, Anna was just that desperate, and her desperation was what got her preyed upon. And we saw earlier where, Anna and Siobhan first met back in Brooklyn in 2019 at the, the meeting for women who couldn't have kids or whatever, and they was going through the IVF process. And, Siobhan saw her out, and they was just bonding over the fact that there was this one lady who was just crying so much about her not having anybody in her life, and everybody just, no men wanted her and all this stuff. And then Siobhan said she'd been here for years and she'd been saying the same thing, which makes me think that that was the woman, that the big girl, the chunky girl, that was one of the demons too. So this was all a ruse. It was all set up. Because then we go back because Siobhan had gave Anna Dr. Hill, as a reference, like, you should come over there and talk to him or whatever, since you're trying to get pregnant and everything. And so we get the backstory on him. He was a regular doctor back in the day. Siobhan came into the doctor office and basically forced him to do her bidding, only for him to, live forever, I guess. And that's just what it was. She was going to bring some mothers there and, and do what they do. Okay? And that's just what it was. I mean, when I say she forced him, of course he gonna say yes when you got your nails sticking in his neck and his throat underneath his thing right here and almost in his jugular and blood come down. Of course, yes, he's gonna go ahead and say yes, right? And so you got that, and we get back to the present day, and the only gotcha out of this whole thing was when Dexter Daddy came out, Big Dex, And she was like, girl, what? It was like, yeah. And then Siobhan was like, this was one of my best fucks and my longest fucks. I said, wait a fucking minute. So you mean to tell me that was you who he was banging out? I said, ew, that's nasty. Excuse me. And I said, what they got to do with this? Girl, come to find out, Dexter is her son. I said, excuse me. So she did what she did with Dexter daddy. She wound up getting pregnant, and instead of having a creature, she had a human, okay, which was Dexter. Dexter didn't know that, all right. The daddy wound up taking the baby since it was human, and having Virginia, which was his wife who just died, or he killed, raised the baby. He said she had no choice. I was like, oh, all right, a little sexist and misogynistic and everything. And so at this point, she goes into details and basically says that the baby that you're carrying was the product of Dexter's Jr. sperm, which is her son, and her egg. I said, excuse the incest out of me. What? She implanted, so Dr. Hill had implanted, or either Dr. Hill did it or Ivy did it, right? They put Siobhan's egg in Anna and then impregnate her with Dexter's sperm, her husband. So that's your grandbaby and that's your baby at the same. That's your grandson and your grandbaby. That's your son and your grandbaby. That is so ill, okay? That is so ill. Why would you do that? That's just like every time I hear something like this, I always go back to the Jacksons, okay? Randy Jackson and Jermaine Jackson, some of their kids are cousins and brothers and sisters at the same time because they all got the same mama. A couple of them got the same mamas, all right? I said that is so messed up. That is a mind fuck. But anyway, so they do all of that, and basically they're gonna be using this in her body or whatever to populate. And she winds up killing Ivy because Ivy killed her son. Ivy said, well, look, girl, I thought that's what you wanted, and you had me kill all these other people, and I killed my daughter for you. And she said that was good, but it wasn't good enough, and she still wound up killing her, okay? And she said, listen, the only thing that I needed from my son that I say was his balls, okay? I said, not the scrotum sack standing there and that she gonna still use with her eggs and stuff to repopulate everything. I was just like, this is so ridiculously dumb. And you know what? I couldn't take it seriously. At this point, I was just like, girl, what? Now, the story is interesting, and it probably would have been good, but I'm listening to the person that's saying all of this and that's doing all of this, and at this point, for the whole time, I really was not seeing Kim Kardashian throughout this show. But this one particular episode, while she was having so much, and I think it's because she had so much to say throughout the episode, all I kept on seeing was Kim Kardashian and hearing Kim Kardashian. So therefore, whatever they was trying to convey, it just really wasn't working for me. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of toned out like, girl, what you want me to believe is, baby, this Kim Kardashian saying this. What is going on? Right? And so, they basically convinced her to be in the harem and all that stuff. And if you hold the baby, because she wanted to hold the baby, that means you're with us. And she wound up breastfeeding the baby and realizing that it's not milk that she's feeding, it's blood. But then Siobhan goes in there and, was talking to her about all this stuff, what they gonna do, whatever. And somehow, just trying to, because here go Anna, I trusted you. I loved you. You mothered me. You this and all this stuff. Well, ain't nobody tell you to do all that. Okay? You can't trust people too quick. All right? That's your problem. Y'all ain't know each other that long, and you put too much faith up in her, and she played you. And, Siobhan was about to go out and get something. I don't know. I think she was about to bring the baby, right? Or something like that. I don't know what she was doing. But yeah, she was about to bring the baby or something like that. Y'all could correct me in the comments. It don't matter. All I know is all of a sudden somebody started chanting. And then I said, what is Sonya doing up in here? But then I realized it really wasn't Sonya. It was Adeline. Adeline was the one that was in all white because she was the good twin. Okay, remember, she is good and evil, right? She was the good twin. and they had to nurse her brain. She gonna tell Ivy, this was a test. You was supposed to be Abraham, and Dexter was gonna be Isaac, and you failed that bitch. I said, now hold on, you can't be doing this. I said, it's a lot of mess that's going on in here that I don't feel like should be happening. But okay, you mixing the biblical stuff with witchcraft, not well, satanism and all that stuff, girl. Oh, okay. I mean, they did say Satan was an angel before he became Satan. So, I don't know. We really ain't get. I'm just mad. We didn't get Siobhan's backstory. We really didn't get how she became who she became. And she was telling her, like, girl, I'm gonna be with you forever, okay? And then she turned around. Next thing you know, we hear this chanting, and it's Adelaide coming in all white with her, the last way we saw her in the all cream white in her hair and everything. And it was a certain chant that she was doing, and I knew it was a good chant because it was the Ave Hastia. That's what she named her restaurant, right? And so they kept on saying it. Well, then she kept saying it, and then Anna joined in. And then she winds up saying to her, to get rid of the darkness, you have to bring in the light. And next thing you know, we see Siobhan, she over there shaking. Because I think she was about to give us some blood or something or whatever. And then it just goes through this whole flashback of all the stuff that the people had did to her, right? Played her, gave her stuff to drink and everything or whatever. How they set her up, okay? And next thing you know, we see Siobhan just crumple back to her old raggedy self, and she just goes to dust. And I said, what? Next thing you know, Adeline is gone. And then remember, Anna couldn't walk. They had paralyzed her. Girl, all of a sudden, she got them same spiky green shoes that Sonya and all them other ones was wearing. And then she winds up getting up out that chair. She looks on the floor. We see Siobhan's headpiece. She winds up picking it up, putting it on her head, and then she hears her baby crying. She goes into the room, and instead of it being a red room like everything else was, it's a regular room that's full of light. You know what I'm saying? Kind of pale, but it's full of light, and the baby looked like a baby, because when we first saw the baby, we really didn't see the baby. We just saw the baby hand, and it was like claws on the fingers. You know what I'm saying? The fingernails was real long. Okay. And I guess it was a creature, but we never saw it. And so we see her holding the baby, and it's a regular baby, right? And next thing you know, she picks the baby up. She's excited. She's cool with it. And then she sees her Oscar, and she gets the Oscar, and she's holding the baby and the Oscar together with the crown on her head. So I'm like, is she the new Supreme? I'm so confused. Like, what is going on? So is she about to take Siobhan's place? And she about to wreck shop? What's about to happen to Nicolette and them and the Ashleys or whatever? What's going to happen to Sonya? Okay. I just really wish we would have got a backstory, since we kept on getting backstories about how Dr. Hill came about, how Nicolette, we didn't even get a backstory on Nicolette, but we got a backstory on Ivy and all of that. Since we got those backstories, okay, they were pivotal to the thing, but I would feel and think that we would need a backstory on Siobhan, and we never got that. And I would think that would be important, and so we can understand. I mean, I guess she's the end all be all, but obviously she wasn't, because it didn't take much to take her out. It just took a little chant, and it took her out without even taking her out. It was so anticlimactic, okay. And I don't know what else to say about it. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. I'm a little disappointed because it had potential. If I had to say which season, compared from last season to this season, I actually like last season better. Last season had a real storyline to it. I mean, this one did have a storyline to it, but last season, I guess it was a little bit different because the storyline was actually real. Like, it's dealing with AIDS and all of that stuff. But this one, I see what they tried to do. It's like they tried to go the same route. I thought that they was going to try to, like, I don't know, like, probably intertwine or connect the dots with this one, Delicate, and, because that's what Siobhan called her women, the women demons around her delicates, right? That's why it's called Delicate. And then we saw the spider that was crawling on the baby, and she wanted a crushing of spider. But why was it so heavily focused on the spider in the promos and in the photos or whatever for it? They had, like, I think Kim Kardashian looking like a spider or whatever. But yet we didn't get that backstory. Is it because she is like the mother? Oh, is it because like ain't it like when a mother spider gives birth, lay her eggs, whatever, and all her babies hatch? It's a whole bunch of them, right? And then they die. Is that literally what happened? Because she had Anna and it gave birth and then she died. I don't know, but Anna took her out. I don't know, but I thought that they was gonna somehow, silly me, thinking that they was gonna try to probably like intertwine and connect the dots between this and American Horror Story Apocalypse, and let the boy grow up to be a boy on Apocalypse who's supposed to be the devil. Like, I don't know. I thought they was gonna do something like that, like throw something in there. You know what I'm saying? Cause I don't know. And then Anna the next Supreme. I don't know. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. I don't even know if they bring this back. They got to do something better. I don't know if it's the writers or whatever, but this just really wasn't it for me. You guys tell me how you feel, and I will see you guys later. Peace.